Breaking news, Lyft has just announced today that there are going to be new driver benefits coming to you very soon. You ready? Let's drive in. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. My name's Ken if you're brand new, pronounced Key-in, and unfortunately, I can't drive for Lyft. I'm not sure if you guys know this, but in the majority of the markets in the country, I guess, the minimum age requirement for Lyft is 25 years old. And before I go any further into any of the new benefits, Lyft, look at me real quick. What's the deal? Come on. I'm a responsible driver. Uber trusts me. They trust me just fine. I started there when I was, well, no, same age I am now, 22. No, I started when I was 21 with Uber. I'm 22 now. I'm going to be 23 in a couple months. What's the deal? Why do I have to be 25? I'm responsible. Okay, minor grudge aside, we do have important things to talk about, and unfortunately, the rideshare guys already beat me to it. So I'm going to do my best to kind of lay down the law of everything that we've read through here and talk about what it actually means to a driver like you. Let's start with our opening paragraph because I love to do this. Throughout the year, we spend time listening to our customers and working on solutions to make their lives better. We package these improvements into releases that bring together our most meaningful product updates, and for drivers, our early 2024 release is the biggest one yet. I love whoever writes these. It's just so entertaining to listen to that first paragraph and see all of the mind sculpting that comes into the first paragraph of a release like that. But okay, enough talking about that. Let's talk about the actual benefits that Lyft are promising to drivers like you. Earn 70% or more of rider fares after external fares each week, guaranteed. See where riders' fares go, the rider specifically where their money is actually going. Earn more for waiting during scheduled rides. Find more ways to choose rides at the airport. What other ways would you choose rides at the airport? Access new earning and navigation opportunities for EVs. Well, this is another feature that I would really like to take advantage of, but can't. And appeal deactivations easily in the Lyft app, which I did not realize was something you couldn't already do. So, hey, that's good. Let's go down the line here. Let's start with the 70% share fees. So Uber says in underlined text, our commitment is that drivers will earn 70% or more of rider payments each week after external fees, guaranteed. And that is the legalese there. That is the asterisk to it very specifically. After external fees. I'm going to assume, for the sake of the argument, that external fees mean specifically things like tolls and airport surcharges and things where they don't necessarily have the control of what the actual price is. Like, these are just things that are going to be dinged with every single ride. So 70% of the ride after that. That does sound like a really, really good incentive, but mind you, Lyft is generally cheaper than Uber, so you might still not be making as much as Uber even with this agreement, or you might be making finally just as much as you'd be making with Uber, but I still have hesitations with some of the wording here specifically. So they are also saying today we're going to be able to see where the riders' fares go to answer this next question. So I guess if they are promising this, they can't hide too much behind the, oh, we're just going to take this chunk of money and say that's part of the external fees, because they're going to list out what these riders' fares go. So, okay, Lyft, I'll give you credit for that. They're also lining up a few of just quality of life changes for making your earning more money in an easier way. So earn more on scheduled rides, turning on manual except for queue rides, see more ways you can find rides at the airport. And this paragraph says, with clearer guidance in the queue so that they can make most of the time. Oh, sorry, so they can make the most of their time. And in select number of cities, they are launching new EV earnings opportunities. So this looks like Massachusetts, Oregon, Washington, Nevada, Toronto, and Vancouver. Cool. And this seems like just kind of a flat rate. February 12th through July 1st, drivers who give 50 rides in their personal EV in a week will earn an extra $100. I really like that. That's an extra $2 per ride if you do 50 rides a week. And that just seems like flat rate. Is this going to stack with other bonuses? So they don't specifically say if that's like a stackable bonus. I assume, because I've heard that Lyft has really good stackable bonuses, that that would be just another bonus on top of everything else. And if that's the case, that is phenomenal. Okay, so for the driver deactivation appeals, it seems like they're launching a new streamlined in-app button for drivers to appeal deactivation decisions, with more timely responses and more transparent updates. X to doubt, but again, this is going to be an implementation thing. I would like to see it work properly, because obviously deactivation is a scary thing for a lot of people, especially if it feels like it's wrongful deactivation. So as long as it is a good, if it's good in process, I won't mind it too much. And they wrap it up by saying they are committed to continuously improving the driving experience. Well, from what I've heard, Lyft is generally the cheaper alternative to Uber, and there's just not as much demand for Lyft. But with the bonuses that Lyft are offering, especially with that $100 for 50 rides EV bonus, if that's a stackable bonus, if that's another stackable bonus, that could be seriously profitable for a lot of drivers. In fact, I would really like to see what Chuck Driver, who is another driver, funny enough, actually in my market of Wilmington, Philadelphia, I would love to see, because he has Lyft, he's able to do Lyft, and he also has a Tesla Model Y he actually just got recently. So shout out to Truck Driver. I'll leave his channel in the top right below. He's been making a lot of content, and who knows, maybe we'll have to collab sometime together. But Chuck, I'd love to hear from you. What is your opinion on all of these new Lyft earning modes and the ways of, I guess, quality of life for driver benefits for Lyft drivers? In my personal opinion, I think that these are really good quality of life updates. And personally, I obviously can't drive for Lyft right now. But if I was able to, I think these would be good installments to the Lyft system. I think these are good incentives. Obviously, we won't have any incentivization here in the Philadelphia, Delaware market in terms of the $100 bonus there. But I think if everything, this kind of comes down to implementation. How are they going to implement all these things? How is the process going to go? And what is it going to take? What is it going to replace as well? I didn't get into everything in the nitty-gritties when it comes to all the details here. And if you would like to see every single detail as to what comes down and what breaks down to this new driver release, you can check out this video in the top right, because the rideshare guys, the guys over at the rideshare guy, actually just interviewed Lyft CEO, David Risher. David Risher. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. David, that's who it was. I could not remember that name off the top of my head for some goddamn reason, despite the fact I literally just watched the video from the rideshare guy. But yeah, definitely go check out that video, and let me know in the comments below. What do you guys think of these changes for Lyft? Are you going to be driving for Lyft anytime soon? Do you think this is going to give Lyft an edge over Uber? What are your thoughts and opinions on this? And as well, if you guys enjoy this content and you want to see more breaking news updates as they come along, obviously make sure you're subscribed to the channel, join the Kool Kids today. With all that said and done, stay cool.